Welcome back to this final segment. Come to sit on your chair, and it would be nice if your feet could touch the ground. Now, as you're sitting here, can you feel the roundness of your sit bones? You can do that by doing the movement we did on the floor. You can rock your pelvis a bit forward and a bit back. And now you're sitting on your sit bones and you can feel them. This rocking chair you're sitting on. If you're not clear about it, you can bring your hand underneath and just feel this curvature. Now, can you make this movement a bit bigger so you rock forward and back on your sit bones? And can you bring your hand in your lower back? Can you feel the changing shape of your lower back as your pelvis is rolling on the chair now? And there's this other thing that's happening. Your back is rounding and you're shortening. And as you roll forward, can you feel what happens to the top of your head? So as you roll back, your spine rounds and you become shorter. And as you roll forward, curvature of your spine, your S comes back and you grow taller. So when we talked before about the pelvis being able to be free, it also means that you will be standing on your bones, on your bone structure. You won't be using your muscles to stand, incapacitating them to help you in any other movement. So what I want you to try is this: as you're sitting now, could you think of rolling back your pelvis until you're kind of a bit towards your sacrum? You know, after all these long hours and you're tired and you're rounding and becoming smaller. So here now, think of lifting and lowering your arms. And as you lift and lower your arm, can you feel their weight? And then roll forward. So you're standing on your sit bones again, and you can feel that you're pushing down with your pelvis to erect yourself in a way. And here, lift and lower your arms. And can you notice now that they have become a lot lighter, haven't they? Because the arms are like a tree. The roots of your arm muscles are in your chest and in your back. So you might think that you're moving from your shoulder down, but in fact, it is a whole torso that is helping you raise your arm. So when you're not sitting with a free pelvis and you're slouched back, lifting the arm becomes a movement of the smaller muscles around your shoulder, because you have incapacitated the muscles in your back. They're doing something else now. They're trying to keep you sitting. And if you roll forward again, it becomes lighter because now you're using your back. So what I want to give you in this final part is a few things you can do. Brushing your teeth movements. So all these little movements you can do every day for yourself. You can have a fitness program, which is great and is very useful. What we're going to do now is find these daily self-care movements that you can do. So now, as you sit, think of reaching. Again, as we did on the floor, the smallest and easiest possible movement. So you reach with your arm and you come back. Now, could you think that you could begin this movement from your pelvis? So you roll your pelvis even more, your lower back arches even more. You're beginning the movement in your lower back, up your spine, into your hand. You roll forward and you roll back. So it's like a wave of a movement. It's an undulation. You begin the movement by rolling your pelvis forward in order to reach your arm. And then you roll your pelvis back to retract your arm. And just do it slowly and find this connection, this chain reaction from your pelvis to your hands. Roll and reach. And as you find this simple and easy movement where you don't feel your muscles stretching or not doing anything out of the ordinary, you're just reaching for your pen, and then you reach for your phone, and then you reach for a piece of paper. So what you're doing now is you're beginning the movement in your pelvis, but now you're reaching somewhere different. Can you find different directions now? And what we're looking for in exploring these directions is this easy, comfortable, slow movement that will allow you to really enjoy it. Enjoy the smoothness, how your joints work together, how the whole body reaches now. And you can do it with one arm and the other arm, just as long as you, with every movement, you continue to think of this rooting motion, this undulation. You begin the movement with your pelvis and you allow it to travel up and reach your hands. Do it a few times in different direction, exploring how the movement in your pelvis allows your spine to change shape. And it's this turning and this changing of the spine that allows you to reach in different directions. So it's not a movement in the shoulder, but it's rather a movement from your center. It's your whole body, your whole web that is changing now. And very much unlike exercise, what we're looking for is pleasure, the pleasure of a movement, which is something that we have lost. Now, another thing I want to give you has to do with your head. So the phone rings, someone calls you, you turn your head. You turn your head to look to the right and to the left, and do it slowly and only as far as it is comfortable for your neck. Just explore the movement. Can you feel it in your back muscles? Can you feel it down your spine? It doesn't really matter if you do or if you don't. We're just exploring. Now, interlace your fingers and bring your hands on the top of your head. And turn to look. Bringing your hands with you, so you don't want to slide your head underneath your palms. Your hands and your head are one unit now, and you're just turning around to look to the left and to the right. See what happens now. How much more of yourself turns, because you're turning from your spine and not your neck. And here again, it's the same idea. If you allow your pelvis to lock, so if you roll back and you crouch and you turn, there is no support for your spine and no support for the weight of the head. Again, roll up, roll forward with your pelvis and gently turn as far as it is comfortable. Just feel your thoracic spine, the spine between your shoulder blades, turning your ribs, allowing the movement, and feel your breath. And then come back to center and just turn your head and feel, is it easier? Is it smoother? Is it softer or more enjoyable? So this too is a movement you can do. If you're sitting there typing for hours and you feel your neck cranking up, you can just bring your hands and softly turn and allow your spine to move and allow your spine to soften and be able and ready to support your head. Two more. So the next one is about releasing a bit of your neck tension. So I would invite you to close your eyes and start drawing a little circle with your nose. Your nose has to be drawing in front of you in a single plane. So if you're not sure that you're doing it, you can bring your palm in front of you, have your nose touch your palm, and start turning your nose as if it was a pen that was tracing a circle on your palm. Feel the movement in your neck. Change directions. For many people, changing directions, since I didn't specify how to start, clockwise or counterclockwise, many people tend to choose their easy side first, their preferred side. So feel, how is this circle for you now? And how you feel the front of your neck and the back of your neck. How do you feel the musculature? Now, can you grow a nose in the back of your head? So if you were creating a face, a back face, and there's this nose right where your nose should be in the front, there's a nose in the back of your head sprouting out. Think of that nose now and start making a circle. How does it feel having your back nose make a circle? How do you feel the musculature of your neck, the front and the back? What is interesting to notice here is that your front nose is also making a circle. It's not the same movement. It's very similar, but it's not the same. And it's not the same because your intention is in a different place. So now think of changing the circle, rotate the other direction, again with your back nose. So it's the back nose that is making a circle now, and feel how that is for your head. And find the rotation that was easier for you, clockwise or counterclockwise. Find the easy place. And as you turn now your back nose, can you alternate where you position your intention? So you make a few circles with your back nose, And then you make a few circles with your front nose. And can you split your attention so that you're paying attention to the same to both circles, the front and the back? When the front nose goes down, the back nose goes up. And let it go and have a rest and feel your neck and your shoulders. And last one. Again, one of my favorite people. It seems I have a lot of favorite people, don't I? Yeah, I have. I'm blessed with a lot of great teachers that I'm very thankful for. So Nancy Haller, an amazing Feldenkrais practitioner. I don't know if I saw that in a talk of hers or I read it in her book, which I recommend. But she was talking about looking. And I found this one lesson, this one exercise or idea or whatever you want to call it, extremely helpful for me. And it has to do with the eyes, because usually when we're sitting, we're looking at the screen pretty much. So what I would invite you to do now is just close your eyes and play between two specific ways of being. So imagine that you're looking at your cell phone close to your nose and you're trying to decipher something that you cannot see very well. Feel what happens around your eyes and your eyebrows and your nose. Just stay there for a few moments, concentrated, just feeling what is happening to your face. And then, can you gaze out, eyes closed? Imagine of gazing out. And you're looking at the most beautiful vista. On top of a mountain or on the seashore. You're looking away at the horizon, happy and content and quiet, and feel your eyebrows and your musculature of your eyes and nose. And can you create a path between the two? So you bring it back, you concentrate it in this single point in front of you, and then you let it again go out and widen your face and widen your gaze. Eyes closed, relaxed. And then again, you bring it back. And I find that letting this game of letting the gaze go out and bringing it back in this imaginary horizon really trains yourself to feel this difference and these different levels of widening the face. And I think it was right around the lockdown for me, in May perhaps, that I discovered this lesson from Nancy. And I've been doing it all summer, thankfully with a real vista. And I found that it has really helped me to clear up and to be able to shift between focused and relaxed much easier. These are the lessons I want to leave you with. This rolling of the pelvis and reaching, turning of the head from the spine, the head circles, and the widening of the face. And you don't have to do all of them. You can just pick one or two and work at it for a few weeks and see if it makes a difference for you. Because the truth is that we have to master ourselves. It's maybe the most difficult thing. It's nice to leave it up to other people, but you are your own master and you have to take care of yourself. And I know that it can be very difficult and we don't have as much time as we want to dedicate on ourselves. But with this kind of lessons, time is not an issue because there's no way, unless you have like a newborn, that I can accept. But in general, there's no way you don't have 3 or 5 minutes. If you can wake up in the morning and brush your teeth, comb your hair, or do your makeup, you have 3 to 5 minutes to put these in as well and really become the master of your self-care, your movement self-care. So that about wraps it up. Thank you very much for coming. Bye-bye.